Good morning and welcome back to the channel. Something a little bit different, something we do a lot of the time, but you'll get to see a bit more insight what we're doing, a bit of an internal calibration between ourselves, Performance M, RACECHIP, obviously the UK side of RACECHIP, and Milltek. You just put me off here. We were all like pepped up, we knew what we were doing, and then you've come sat in and...
3, 2, 1.
Today we're going to be doing some testing on BMW M2, which is obviously Performance M's speciality. Something a little bit different, we're doing it on Awesome's premises, obviously not to mention we've got a fancier dyno than you at the moment.
For now.
But we obviously work heavily with the R&D with RACECHIP for the UK, so that's why we've got Steve heads up that side of things for us. And we're going to be doing some R&D on a very, very nice BMW
G87 M2.
Yep.
Yeah, we're really excited to see the results of this today, to see what we can do. ECU's been fully locked.
Yeah.
Tuning's a lot harder.
Tuner is harder or out of the question?
No, it's much harder. ECUs have to be sent away abroad, unlocked, come back, and then calibrated. So your car's out of action for 2 weeks pretty much at that point.
Not always an option for
majority.
People.
It costs a bloody fortune.
It does, yeah. The unlock is very expensive to begin with, and then you have to then piggyback that with either a BM3 MHD license on top, and then a custom calibration on top of that.
On top of the unlock. So
yeah, it ends up being a pricey thing.
Mainstream, I guess, like everyday solution for people. It's probably
majority don't go for that. Yeah,
which is obviously where RACECHIP comes into. Obviously,
yes. So we've already got a RACECHIP for the G80 M3, which has obviously got a same engine as this one.
Yeah.
So the same engine as this. So we're looking at some development with making sure that it's okay and it works well with this M2, the new one. We've worked with RACECHIP now for about 3 or 4 years, and we've developed quite a few cars now. This is just the latest one that we're going to be working on.
I guess without further ado, we are going to be working with Milltek on this one, so the beautiful M2.
So stock 450 brake, aren't they?
450 out the box, about 400 foot-pounds.
Yeah.
We'll see what we get stock on the dyno, and then we'll put the RACECHIP on and we'll go from there, see what we get, see if we're doing the performance that it should be doing, see if it's matching up with that of the G80, and then we'll do some logging to make sure that everything is good. It's a solution then for people with an M2 that doesn't want to go through the rigmarole of unlocking the ECU, tuning that way, and obviously potentially voiding the warranties as well, which also brings you back to the beauty of the RACECHIP, doesn't it? So. So stock figures are done. We've got a gear change sort of spikes at the end of the graph, so we'll trim them up and Harris will put them in the picture, but we're about 460, 465 power wise. We're about 430 torque if you take away the little boost spike low down. So one of the things to add, because it is just a tuning box without doing a full ECU calibration, the weird quirky things like the poor factory boost control, as we see in the logs. We get a boost spike low down, it's controlling it with a throttle, and you get it again midway through. Those things are going to stay the same because obviously it isn't an ECU calibration and it can only work with so much. So I guess the differences in the product, isn't it? It's like the limitations of it, but you'll see in the graph, low down, low RPM, about 2,500 RPM when it's coming on boost. It struggles to sort of bring the boost in. Well, it doesn't struggle, it does do it, but obviously it puts a little spike in.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's the factory calibration, so a bit poor BMW boost control.
Yeah, surprisingly how poor that is.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll get the RACECHIP fitted up now, and we'll go straight for setting 7 and just see what we're doing.
I'll walk away down.
Yeah, RACECHIP GTS Black, we're fitting to this, isn't it? What we're going to go ahead and do, I'd say difficulty, probably like medium difficulty to fit. You've got to remove this brace that runs across the struts and down to the front panel. This box, just so you can gain access to one of the sensors down at the bottom. Doesn't need to be on a ramp, so it can be done all from up top. So, you know, when you've got to return it back to stock, it's pretty easy to do. So yeah, we'll go ahead and start fitting that.
Start stripping.
How long would it take?
I'd say
no more than an hour?
No more than an hour to install, yeah.
So if they want another one installed after we've done the development, we'll speak to Shaq and he'll book you.
You'll get you sorted, for sure.
Get you sorted. And get you more horses.
Cool. Well, when you guys do that, you stick your head cam on.
Yeah, we'll put a head cam on.
Too cool for school.
Lucky with I'll turn that on.
A nice headgear.
There you go.
You don't fall over.
Yeah. You guys do that.
I'll
speak to Steve.
Yeah.
Kev about the car.
Lovely.
Okay, so while the guys are fitting the RACECHIP back there, I'm just going to introduce Kev from Milltek. Milltek and Awesome have been working together for a long time. In the 34 years that Awesome have been in business, Milltek have played a huge part in that. It's always nice to work with suppliers, especially suppliers like the guys over at Milltek. So this is Kev, and Kev has brought this wonderful M2 with him. Tell us a little bit about Milltek yourself and what you've brought.
So as you say, Milltek and Awesome have had a fantastic relationship over the 34 years. We're celebrating our 40th anniversary this year. BMW has been a big part of our product range over the 40 years. This is our G87 M2. We've got an OPF back system on it at the moment. I mean, let's face it, it's a fantastic car. It is quick, it's 460 PS from the factory, but we all want that little bit more. So the opportunity to work with you guys to help some development, enjoy the car that little bit more is fantastic. So yeah, it's really, really good to be here with you. The M2 joined our fleet basically as soon as we could get hold of one. We wanted a carbon pack, we wanted carbon seats. We were very lucky to get what we believe was the first one in the country with that spec, along with our M3 competition. It will get used, not abused, that's unfair to say, but we will be out on track. We're out at numerous events. As with all our demo cars, we put them through the paces. We like to experience them so we can help our customers and our dealers support the product that we develop ourselves with our exhaust systems and other parts. Yeah, we're here to enjoy it basically. Actually worked out well better than we were. Well, not even better what we were expecting. It's exactly what RACECHIP said it would do. It's done surpassed expectations, even down to we're tidying the little boost.
It looks better on the graph.
Control it's literally just a load of squiggly lines on there at the moment, but we'll get them tidied up so it reads better. We've literally just been through the settings. As you'll see, it's just getting lower and lower and lower. Obviously that's just, we started at the top, setting 7, and we've just gone down all the way to 0, which is essentially just stock power. But yeah, we were super impressed with that. We went from what, 465-ish to 473? 573, yeah, that's not really. Yeah. So we're over 100 horsepower increase, and the torque again.
About another 80 foot-pounds.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
So phenomenal, really, from something that's just plug and play and readily available. Yeah, off the shelf. You know, you don't have to put it on and test the car in this way. This was just obviously for development purposes. We've got all the logs and all the data we need. Everything seems to be looking, you know, exactly how we would expect it to. So, warranty conscious people, obviously, it's a solution, isn't it? And like you say, you know, tuning, mainstream tuning, just everyday tuning on this ECU isn't as practical as others.
That's the biggest advantage, because it's not so easy to tune as at the moment, so it's a really good stopgap. But to be honest, 100 horsepower is more than a stopgap, isn't it? It's a big increase.
What we're going to do now is we're going to go see what Kev thinks.
Yeah, so you get a bit of the reaction.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we are out in the M2, getting a bit of a more of a real world feel. Obviously Kev drives this car quite often, so Kev, you'll be the one really to tell us how it feels.
I mean, we've just come down the road, the mid-range on it, straight away. I'm feeling like I wanted to counter steer. I barely put my foot down, great. Yeah, this is fantastic.
Feel. That's pretty impressive.
I mean, that's pretty good.
I take it that feels much
100
more...
horsepower up, you can feel it. Yeah, mid-range is lovely.
If you get a bit squiffy as well, that's great. It's quite a phenomenal car anyway, isn't it? It feels really, really nice. Sounds fantastic. And now goes pretty damn well.
Yeah, it's so much more responsive. It wasn't particularly slow, let's face it, but you can feel a huge difference with that. Yeah, I can't wait to get this out on an open road. More importantly, get it on the track as well. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah. As we mentioned earlier, the OPF really makes them really quiet from stock, doesn't it? This really brings it to life.
Yeah, we feel like it needs it. I mean, I'm going to say that I work for Milltek, an exhaust manufacturer, but it does need it. Makes it the car that it should be.
Absolutely.
The car that people expect it to be as well, but now with the power on it, yeah, it's perfect.
So I think there we have it. I think that's conclusive proof that I think what we've done today has been really, really effective. Over 100 horsepower. Drives really, really well. From a plug-in unit, I don't think you could ask any more of this. I think it's absolutely fantastic. So,
fantastic. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you very much for bringing this amazing car.
It's our pleasure.
Like and subscribe, of course, and we'll see you next time.